What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, Ahsoka, let's talk about this show real quick. Look, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. First watch through, okay? I've seen it twice. First watch through, cold fell asleep, okay? Snoozing. Man, I went to sleep on that first episode, and I didn't want it to prejudice my review because I was kind of tired. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's because I'm tired. Maybe that's the reason why this thing isn't really catching me or whatever. So I waited until I got a chance to watch it all the way through for a second time. Nah, it wasn't me being tired, okay? It is a slow-paced, very slow-paced show, all right? And normally I like slow burn. This is slow burn without any real payoff to the slow burn, at least not yet. So I'm very cautious, but I'm going to say this. There's a story here that's interesting that I'm waiting to see unfold, but it feels like I'm waiting forever. You know, like that first episode, man, that was a tough one, man. That was tough to get through. I told a friend of mine, it's literally like a 22-minute episode of Rebels stretched out into 55 minutes for a live action show. And the actors and the dialogue, there's a lot of just pacing issues, but the actors and the dialogue are, you know, just garbage. I mean, you know, I'm just be honest with you, man. The dialogue is terrible, but there is a little germ of a show that I'm interested in. So far, I'm just rating this okay. All right, I'm not ready to write it off yet. I'm just rating it as merely okay because I think there's a story here that if they hurry up and get to that story, it's going to be very interesting. But let's just talk about these first two episodes, okay? Let's kind of walk through this. So we start off with the opening crawl, and look, lo and behold, we got another map that we got to find. You know, where have we seen this crap before, right? A map to Luke Skywalker. Now we got a secret map, which is vital to the enemy's plan to go and find Thrawn. You know, basically that's what this is all about. Look, MacGuffins suck. Okay, MacGuffins suck on their face because they're just a reason to get the story going. They usually don't have any real interest, like the Maltese Falcon. It's just the thing that they need to find to keep the story moving along, all right? And this MacGuffin isn't even really that interesting. It's like a treasure map. You know, a map to find the thing, then we got to find the thing to find the thing. It's like, look, it sucks, okay? I wish people would stop doing this stuff, especially in Star Wars. Now, the opening sequence itself isn't half bad, all right? It isn't half bad. It's a good actual intro for the villains, but there's a couple of problems I got with it. The first thing is this shitty bargain basement Star Trek set, all right? God damn, Lucasfilm, y'all couldn't afford to get a better looking set than this. This looks like absolute trash. I'm sorry, man. This looks garbage. It's hard to believe this is Lucasfilm, y'all. It really is. But the second problem that I got with it is we already know what's about to happen, okay? Because they're like, oh, yeah, we got some, guys out here calling themselves Jedi, and they're trying to gain access to the ship. And, you know, yeah, this and that. And, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, everybody on the ship is going to get slaughtered, okay? You can smell this thing coming a mile away. Everybody on the ship is going to get slaughtered, and they're going to make off with the prisoner. And also that the captain was going to be smug about it, or he was going to be an idiot about it, or a jackass about it. It's one of those, okay? He's like, I'm calling their bluff. Look, it's like, I mean, I almost fast forwarded through this entire sequence, okay? All right? I almost whipped right through this thing. I'm like, I already know how it ends. Now, check this out. Check this out. I love this part. This is one of my favorite parts.
To the detention level. The captain's dead. So are half the security detail.
How do we know the captain's dead?
We are no Jedi.
Oh, man, the captain's just fine. What are y'all talking about? It's just a lightsaber through the chest. What are y'all tripping for, man? He's gonna be back on his feet in no time. But check out the sense of urgency in this scene, right? Now, they just said the captain is dead. They're heading to the detention level, all right? Homie walks up, hands her a gun. She's taking it. She's ready for action, right? You notice how, like, people are just kind of casually walking back and forth, all right? The captain is dead, and these people are just, you know, just casually strolling around, all right? You got this guy walking, you know, Droid still hanging out doing his job, all right? Then homegirl comes in, and it's like, you still have people sitting here at their desks. Like, what the hell is happening here? Like, bro, get up out of your seat. The captain is dead. What are you doing here? If I heard criminals ransacked my job and killed my boss, you're not going to find me sitting at my desk. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? And I better hurry up and get my time card in before it's too late. Like, if this person right here, if this little person sitting at this desk was me, Yeah, this would be an empty chair spinning around, okay? They told you that the captain went down there with a security detail and now he's dead. You got to get your ass up, okay? You can't just be sitting there at the communication station, you know, trying to get some information. No. Grab a gun and run, okay? I found this. I was laughing already at this part. But yeah, as I said, you know, they just gonna walk through this entire situation, all right? Just taking everybody out, all right? And then you know what's happening next. And yep, we use the force. We unlock the prison lock. We get the prisoner up out of here. Done and dusted, okay? Like I said, I almost skipped this because I already knew what was going to happen, all right? Now, this whole little Indiana Jones sequence at the beginning here, this is probably where I started getting a little bit of the, oh, boy, real tired right now. You know, that's like kind of where that moment hit me because I'm like, what is she doing? It took 5 minutes to get through this sequence, okay? This is what I mean. You got to pick up the pace, Dave Filoni, all right? You can't sit here having Ahsoka walking around for 5 minutes looking at this and that. Like, yeah, we're just going to skip right through this because this was like boring as hell, right? It's like, okay, she's sitting here. She's inside the temple. It's like, oh, what's this thing on the wall? Oh, suspenseful music plays. Oh, here's some little dial. Oh, I'll put my head next to it. And on and on and on and on. And it was just like, okay, how much longer are we going to have to watch this, Filoni? All right. Can you get to something? Oh, okay, finally, we get to this little orb popping up. All right, cool. We got an orb. We got something. Okay, what's she going to do? Is she going to crack it open? No. She goes out, and then we get something interesting. We get a fight. All right. The fight was cool. All right. But the fight should have been, the fight was over in like 2 minutes. All right. You skip right through the fight. It's like, oh, okay, we got this. Chop a head off, and we're running for our lives. It's like, whoa. Flip the script. Make us, you know, stand around in this temple for 2 minutes and then make the fight 5 minutes long, you know? That would have at least added some excitement to this. But, you know, again, they blow up the temple or whatever. It was just kind of like, what's the point of this? It's the same thing with this Sabine intro. The Sabine intro was just like, oh my God. Like, why are we taking 7 minutes to introduce Sabine? Okay, again, you got to pick up the pace, bro. You can't sit up here doing this stuff. And it's like, okay, what is the intro? It's the most boring thing you could do with a character. They just have her on a bike. Have her on a bike. I guess she's supposed to be showing her like attitude or whatever. Like, here's the thing. The two characters that everybody was interested to see how they were going to bring them over into live action was Hera and Sabine. Now, I'm not a big Sabine fan. That's not like my favorite character. I kind of find her annoying sometimes. But overall, hey, give her something more to do than this. Oh, she's just riding on a bike. And then people are trying to pull her off. It was just the most boring thing. And then she finally, you know, I guess gets away from these guys. And then she goes into her little house and she's, I guess, sad and alone. And she's like, oh, here's a little, hologram of Ezra. Oh, boy, I sure do miss my friend or whatever. I mean, again, this was the worst way to introduce this character. Sabine is a much better character than this. Now, I'll say every time the villains were on screen, everything was cool. The villains worked, okay? Even though they weren't there very long, they worked, okay? It was like, okay, I'm interested. What's going on? Let's figure this thing out, all right? You know, I don't think the acting was the greatest, but I do like, what's her name? Ray Stevenson, his character right here. I think it's Balin Skull. I liked his character, okay? We need more of his character, but we didn't really get a lot. Notice right here, by the way, notice, we are halfway through this first episode. Not a goddamn thing has happened. All right, with the exception of the opening sequence, all right, and then we get a bunch of character intros, and we're here, and we're halfway through. We spent a half hour dealing with this crap. This is what I'm talking about. This thing is super poorly paced. All right, then we get to the whole reintroduction with Sabine and Ahsoka meeting for the first time, and however many years, we have no idea. But yeah, that's where we're at. Now, again, a long, drawn-out scene. You got to pick up the pace, Filoni. You got to get to this stuff, okay? This, again, the information that they're giving us is fine. It's just like, why does this scene got to take 5 minutes, okay? Why do we got to spend 5 minutes of Sabine and Ahsoka yapping, talking, walking around the ship, doing all of this reminiscing, blah, 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 blah? Why do we got to go through this? This is boring. This is dull. This is where the show, in my opinion, is struggling, all right? The story's there. Hurry up and tell the story, okay? That's the problem, that they are stretching it out. And then you see the acting, like Rosario Dawson's really not emoting. She's just kind of sitting there reading lines. This chick, or whatever his name is, that plays Sabine, she's just a block of wood, you know? Again, and I'm saying the show is okay, but there are major issues. And if it doesn't improve, this show is going to go from okay to garbage in a real hot second. Now, then we get to the part where Sabine, you know, they gave her the orb to crack the code. Then we get to this part, and it's like, oh, I'm figuring things out. And it's like, wait a minute. The way she figures it out is really lame. Really lame, but it was kind of comical. Because it's like, you mean to tell me that nobody else knew, oh, you know what? What we need to do is just match up this thing on this orb with the stuff that's on the floor of the temple. That's what we got to do. Like, it took Sabine's, like, what, Mandalorian mind to figure that out? Like, that to me was just like, what? You mean to tell me, Ahsoka, you've been around the world, you couldn't have figured this thing out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is weird. Like, I'm sorry. It might be a little bit nitpicky, you know, overall. But again, they're not giving these characters anything interesting to do. These are not interesting moments for these particular characters, okay? Sabine is, and again, like I said, she's a much better character than this. Her intro was boring, all right? Then you get to her meet up with Ahsoka. That was boring. This is dumb. And it's like, this is the best you could do with this character? Jeez, Dave, man, come on. You got to get better. Go talk to Tony Gilroy right now, okay? Get on the phone with Tony Gilroy and see what he thinks about this crap. And then, of course, we get to this infamous scene, all right? I'm sorry. Again, this is one of the worst ways to end the episode, okay? Well, Sabine, it was nice knowing you. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's just a lightsaber through the chest, you know? Just a lightsaber through the chest. Who cares, all right? Listen, this crap has got to stop, okay? If you want to show some sort of, you know, lightsaber damage, gets injured, you know, hurt or whatever, all right? Lop off a hand. Or an arm, okay? Or a leg. Do something like that. This crap's got to go, all right? This is getting to be a meme. This is laughable. This is dumb, all right? Lucasfilm, y'all got to pull the plug on this right now, okay? I don't want to ever see this again. And we get to the next episode, and hey, look who's up and at 'em, right? Like nothing ever happened, man. Oh, yeah. It's just a little flesh wound. Don't worry about it. You're going to be just fine. I mean, this has got to stop. This is stupid. But yeah, Sabine's just fine, okay? She's ready for action, all right? In a couple of minutes, she's going to be just fine. Yeah, then we get back to the bad guys. Look, the bad guys are fine. I don't think there's any issues going on because this is where the story is, okay? The story is here. All of the stuff going on with the main heroes, the characters, they're really not telling the story, at least a story that I'm interested in. I'm interested in what these guys are doing. And so every time they get to these dudes with Balin, with his little assistant, with Morgan, all right, I'm in there. Let's what's going on? This is interesting. You know, everything else in the first two episodes, severely lacking, slow-paced, bad dialogue, wooden acting, you name it. Now, apparently, Ahsoka's got like some abilities to walk around and hear what was happening in this area, you know, before. So she's like doing some little investigation or whatever. Okay. I guess, all right, force powers are being used. Somebody says a dark side force power. I'm not familiar with it. But nevertheless, yeah, she can hear whispers of what's going on, all right? So they're now starting to stretch out what Ahsoka is able to do, you know, her force abilities. This whole sequence, again, I guess it was for comedy or whatever, that, yeah, Ahsoka's brought this head from a droid that she lopped off over at Sabine's crib. And yeah, you know, we gotta, you know, test it out, see if we can figure out where this droid was made, where it came from. And yeah, if it overheats, it'll just explode and blow up everything. And I'm like, this, I guess, is supposed to be the comedy relief portion of the show. All right. It wasn't very funny. And then once again, we got the villains. Look, the villain stuff is interesting. This is, again, the story. You know, everybody's watching this to see what happened to Ezra, what happened to Thrawn. Okay. And these are the guys that are figuring it out. So now I'm like, oh, okay, where are they at? You know, okay, oh, they're in a new galaxy, okay? You know, that's our destination. We got to get to this new galaxy. Like, this stuff is the interesting stuff, all right? This is the stuff that I came to watch this show for. Everything else is just kind of like, can we get back to these guys? Can we hurry up and get back to the villains? Because the villains are where it's at right now, all right? Now, this scene right here, this is really hilarious when you sit back and think about it. They're at this Corellian shipyard where these droids are being manufactured, where they, you know, found some leads to where those droids are being manufactured, Sabine put two and two together, whatever, okay? So they're at this Corellian shipyard, and look, spoilers, these dudes are all like remnants of the Empire, okay? They're remnants of the Empire. They're for the Empire. And they're looking like, hey, you know, we're doing all of our dirty business, whatever is going on here. It's for the benefit of the Empire. Trying to resurrect it, all right? That's where all of those droids came from. Morgan Elsbeth is a part of this whole deal, all right? She has a little, you know, I guess a little corner of this shipyard. It's hers. These guys either work for her or work with her. Whatever the case may be. You know what? I'll watch it a second time to get all of the nitty-gritty details. But I want you to think about this for a minute. You are doing some dirty business, okay? As a member of the remnant of the Empire. That's what you're doing. All of a sudden, a New Republic general and a Jedi pop up. Hey, we want to inspect the place. There's some stuff going on right here. You know, he's like, I'm just a businessman, general. You know, my loyalty is to my customers or whatever, okay? And it's like, yeah, but this guy knows, he knows deep down, yeah, we're all about that Empire life, okay? So you would think, all right, getting past this crap, you would think when he gets them in this room, all right, you know, because they all walk up into this little control room and he's talking and there's people all around doing jobs and doing work and everything. You would think, hey, they're on to us. Hey, it's time to execute plan A5. What's A5? Yeah, A5 is an ambush where we shoot the first two people that walk through the door. All right. So you say, oh yeah, after you guys. And then you just open the door and you stand back and let them just light them up. Because, I mean, come on, think about it, man. You're about to get found out. There's no way in the world that's not going to happen. And you're at a shipyard. It'd be real easy to just cover it up, you know? Like, oh, yeah, you know, this chick right here, Ahsoka, yeah, with these long robes and stuff. Yeah, you know, she got it caught up in some machinery and it ground her up into bits. Hey, that kind of stuff happens here every day, you know? I mean, that's something. Because just letting them walk in here and do this crap, man, I thought it was just hokey, all right? Again, bad writing. I mean, that's just me, okay? This is bad writing. This whole sequence was bad writing. It never would have happened. And then it has like some dude just pops up out of nowhere, right? Because they're saying, oh yeah, that's the ship right there that's got the piece on it that you guys need. And yeah, that ship is just taking off. And everybody's just looking around. And then all of a sudden, some jackass, for the Empire! And then they get sliced down. I'm like, this is stupid. And look, and then Ahsoka's got to fight these same damn droids again, all right? She got to fight these droids again. Hera and, you know, Chopper got to rush and chase the ship so they could just, you know, throw a little tracking device on it or whatever. You know, that was dumb. I mean, this whole sequence, I mean, this is just stupid, okay? There was a more clever, more interesting way to do this. This felt like it was straight out of a cartoon, though, okay? Let me say that much. This felt like this was straight out of a cartoon. And then the episode ends with Sabine putting all her little Mandalorian stuff together again. And, you know, oh, I'm about to put my armor back on, you know, and then, yeah, it's time for some action, you know, and then she signals it, of course, she cuts her hair off, right? And then she signals it all to Ahsoka right here. Hey, boss, I'm ready to come back. It's time for some action. Yep. Put me in, coach, blah, blah, blah. Now, look, I'm being very critical, okay? Being very critical. Then finally, yeah, actually, the episode ends once again with the bad guys. It's stuff that I enjoy, all right? I like all of this crap, all right? And, you know, basically they're saying, hey, you know, Ahsoka is not one to be toyed with. We better be on our P's and Q's. That's what Balin is basically saying. You know, he's using the Force to kind of see what Ahsoka's doing. And yeah, so there we are. That's the episode. Now, look, I think that this has promise. But right now I'm giving it about a 5, okay? It's about a 5 out of 10. It's a shaky 5 out of 10. We'll see how this thing plays out over the next 6 weeks. If this thing gets any better, if they start getting more into this side of the story, connecting those two sides together, Ahsoka and her crew versus these guys, then it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting, at least to me, you know? But the pacing of the story is dreadful, okay? Very slow. The dialogue is wooden. The actors are wooden. I mean, they need to, I don't know. Maybe it's just the first couple of episodes. There's enough here for me to give it a shot. All right. Enough for me to give it a shot. So I'm saying I'm giving it like a solid 5. All right. It could easily dip to a 4-3. And if it doesn't pick up in the next couple of weeks, you know, I'm probably going to tap out. All right. But I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm interested to see where this thing is going. So that's where I'm at right now. All right. So folks, let me know what you think of. Oh, wait, you know what? We forgot about Ahsoka Bingo. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, here we go. Ahsoka Bingo. Man, I almost forgot about this. All right, let's see what we got here. Dave Filoni cameo. Not yet. All right, we got an OP character with no training. Nope. Main character sideline for an episode. Nope. Pointless hero sacrifice. Pointless hero sacrifice. Not really. Wasting ammo on shield slash doors. We gonna get it. It's gonna happen. But not yet. Non-threatening interrogation scene? No. Well, all right, let's talk about that. That beginning? Nah. At the beginning, there was threats there. Okay. They fly now? Not yet. Meaningless side quest? Nah. I think that shipyard with Corellia stuff, they forced that in there. It would have been a meaningless side quest otherwise. Not taking cover while being fired at. Well, you know what? That opening, those guys wasn't taking cover, and they were getting fired at least from the deflections of the lightsaber. So, all right, yeah, we're going to say that one. That's definitely there. All right, there we go. We're going to use Chopper as a token. Order 66 flashbacks, not yet. We will get there, I believe, 100%. Cameo of a trendy pop culture actor? Nah, we ain't seen nobody yet. A repurposed prequel droids? Nah, not really. Free space, we'll get a free space going soon. Spinning. That's a good trick. No, we haven't seen spinning yet. Excruciatingly slow chase sequence. Nah, that's just reserved for The Last Jedi. Back to tank? No. Well, no, okay. No, they could have put Sabine in the back to tank, but they didn't do it. Overused catchphrase. We haven't had her say, I am no Jedi quite yet, but it'll get there. Side character babysits main character, not yet. Villain reveal in the last 2 episodes. We haven't got to the last 2 episodes yet. Droid right. Not quite. Cute droid to sell merch. There's no cute droids in this thing so far. No, I'm not going to say there's a cute droid there. Tatooine, they haven't gotten to Tatooine yet. I have a feeling they will. Force heal. No. Oh, fake out death. Yep, we got the fake out death with Sabine. And then somehow Moff Gideon / Cad Bane return. Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so we got a couple. Actually, let's get our free space too. And there we have it. All right, yeah, I think we're going to get a bingo. All right. We are going to get a bingo on this thing before the day is done, before this series is done, because we are going to get wasting ammos on shields and doors for sure. I'm pretty sure Ahsoka at some point is going to say, I am no Jedi. And then there might be a cute droid to sell merch. We haven't seen all the new characters because Filoni said there will be a lot of new characters in here. So I have a feeling there will be a cute droid in there somewhere. Villain reveal. We are going to get Thrawn in the last 2 episodes. That's absolutely going to happen. Spinning, some point in time. You guys got to point out when the spinning happens. Sometimes I just ignore that kind of crap. A pointless hero sacrifice as well. Okay. Yeah, you guys let me know if I missed anything, okay? Because I might have missed something. But there we go. There's our bingo card. I have a feeling that we are definitely going to hit this before the deal is done. But you guys let me know what you think about Ahsoka episodes 1 and 2. Again, I give this series so far about a 5. Episodes 1 and 2, about a 5 combined, all right? 1 is slightly, 2 is second episode's a little bit better than the first episode. First episode's entirely too long, all right? But yeah, they need to pick up the pace on this joint for sure. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.